welcome to our Facebook Live. I'm back, yay! So I am Chef Jill Holland here in my kitchen with a spoonful of hope. Happy to see you. I'm going to the Facebook myself to get on here and see me and be able to see all of you. So yay! Hey, it says that I'm live right now. What? All right. So, yay! So, hi Gail, welcome. Who else is here? All right. So Gail, yay! So, welcome everyone back to my kitchen, and we are gonna make some really yummy stuff today. But real quick before we get started, I know everybody's been stressed out, so we are going to have fun today, but I do want to read a quick statement from our CEO and President, Dave Krupko. He sent this out to all of our staff, and he posted it on the Second Harvest of Food Bank of Central Florida website or Facebook page. So just as a little reach out to our community, Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida is built on a foundation of respect, collaboration, and diversity, among other core values. Today and every day, we stand together with our Black community and Black colleagues, partners, volunteers, supporters, and the entire Black community as we work to love more, hate less, and create hope. So we love you guys. So thank you for being in my kitchen. I got through that, mostly dry-eyed, not really though. So now we're gonna have some fun and relieve some stress here in the kitchen, because that's what we do. I'm gonna move this out of our way. So guess what, guys? It's peaches season. Yay, we love peaches. Oh my gosh, and they have been so delicious this year. Hi Judy, good to see you. So today we are going to use our Cookies for Good shortbread cookie to make an ice cream sandwich. It is a peach cobbler ice cream sandwich. Oh my gosh. So, you know, I had to do the prep for this for all the, by the miracle of television items. I have been making peach ice cream, and these peaches are so delicious. I got these from a peach farm right here in Claremont near me, Southern Hill Farms. I think they might be closed for the season with the peaches, but they do have a bakery, so check them out. Gail, hi! We've got 2 Gails on the house, yay! So we're gonna get started. We're gonna come on over to the stove here, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put 3 cups of half and half, and we're gonna get all of that into the pot. And 1 cup of heavy cream. So again, I think I mentioned this on one of the other recipes. If you don't happen to have half and half, but you have heavy cream and whole milk, it is half and half. Funny how that works out. I'm gonna put this on a medium heat. We're gonna bring this to a simmer. Who else is here? Judy! Judy wants a delivery. Christina's here. Hi, Christina. All right, now, while we're waiting for that, I'm actually going to kind of skip ahead and see if this works. So we're going to get out the base for our ice cream maker. You have to get this really, really cold. And by really, really cold, I mean 0 or below. If you don't have it that cold, it's not going to churn your ice cream correctly. So I also have an ice cream base that I made last night. So you actually have to keep that in the refrigerator for about 8 hours, at least 8 hours, to get it really, really cold. So I'm going to put this together here real quick. And we're going to... Now, here's where you guys come in. If this is too loud, and I know there's a delay, if this is too loud and you can't hear me, let me know. Just type it right away, and I'll get it in a few seconds. And I'll end up turning it off, because I want you guys to be able to hear me. But we're going to try, okay? All right, so we're going to put all of this base into the ice cream maker. We're going to make a mess a little bit here too. Get all of that in there. And this has everything in it. The peaches, all of the seasonings, and you are about to see what that looks like. So we have fast forwarded a little bit here. All right, that was a giant mess that I made. Great. All right, so I tried to keep talking while you guys were, can you hear me? Okay, nobody has said that you can't hear me, so I'm going to keep it on for right now. But if it gets too loud or you can't hear me, let me know. Hey, Danielle, nice to see you. Good, good, good. All right, so we have our milk on the stove, a medium heat. I'm actually going to turn it up just a little bit so that it heats a little bit faster for right now. And I'm going to come over. It's about to get really noisy in this kitchen, guys. Sorry. So I have 8 egg yolks. You can see they're so pretty. 8 egg yolks in here. All right. You see a comment? All right. Danielle says we can hear, that they can hear me. So yay. All right. On the egg yolks, we're going to put this on kind of a medium speed. Kind of a medium high for right now. Oh my gosh, so many noisy things in here. So we're gonna whisk these until they change color. They get nice and light yellow and fluffy. Can you guys still hear me? I hope you can still hear me. I'm gonna keep checking back on you. So. We got all kinds of stuff going on in the kitchen today. It's great. So we've got the half and half and the heavy cream on a medium-high heat. We're just bringing it to a simmer. We're getting the egg yolks whipped to a nice, fluffy, light pale yellow. Let's see if we can speed that up just a little bit and add more noise. It's gonna be great. So you can already see them thickening up. And so you see how they're starting to form ribbons. That's what we want. And they're gonna get a nice pale yellow. And once that happens, I'm going to scrape them down here in just a second, but then we're going to add our sugar. And we have 9 ounces of sugar, and that's by weight. 9 ounces of sugar by weight. All right. So you can probably see that it's starting to get to that pale yellow. It's lightening in color. I'm going to scrape these down here for just a second, just real quick. All right. Okay, so we've got those whisking. I wish you guys could smell these peaches. The peaches are so sweet and delicious this year. All right, so now can you see that real well? It's a nice pale yellow. They're thick and creamy. We're gonna add our sugar just in a nice stream. It doesn't have to be too super slow, but just so that it incorporates while you're adding the sugar to the yolks. So that's 8 yolks, 9 ounces of sugar by weight. And we have 3 cups of half and half and 1 cup of heavy cream. And that's starting to heat up, and I'm going to give that just a little bit of a stir so that it heats consistently. And I can already see steam starting to come off of that. Let's check over here and see how our ice cream is doing. All right. Oh, it's a little shadowy in this corner, sorry. It's thickening up a little bit. All right, so our egg yolks and sugar are beautiful. So I'm gonna take our hot milk or hot dairy, and I'm gonna pour that into something that I'm going to be able to pour into the mixer in a very, very controlled manner. I'm only going to do maybe a little bit more than half of the dairy. And let me I have a little spill on the side, and that will end up burning. Okay, so now what we're going to do is what's called tempering our eggs. If I were to take this hot liquid and pour it straight into here, we would have scrambled eggs. I'm actually going to scrape down the sides on that sugar just a little bit. So we don't want scrambled eggs. We are building a custard. Did you know that ice cream is a custard? There's your tip for the day. Well, I mean, besides this whole video being one giant tip. All right, so I'm gonna put this on just kind of a medium to low speed. I don't want it too high because I don't want to add too much air into this right now. And I'm gonna go super slow adding this dairy. So what we're doing is just gradually raising the temperature of those eggs. I'm going to pick it up just one more little notch. Now, if you don't have a KitchenAid mixer, you can absolutely do this by hand. I did the very first batch by hand, and it's fine. If you remember those non-slip pads that I put under my cutting boards, you can put that under your bowl, and that helps give you a little bit more control. You can have a partner hold the bowl or do the stream of dairy while you are whisking. If you do this by hand, you do want one of those thick wired whisks, which we call a sauce whisk. You don't want the thin wires, you don't want the balloon whisk or the piano whisk, because that's going to incorporate too much air. So I'm going to check the sides of my bowl every now and then to just feel for that heat. And it is, it's just gradually raising the heat of those eggs. All right. You guys can still hear me, right? I got a lot of noise going on in here. All right. Make sure you guys are asking any questions, making any comments, saying hi if you've just joined us. Be sure to say hi so that I can see you're here. All right, so we've got, and I can feel that. That's nice and warm. So I've got that nice and incorporated. And like I said, I don't want to whisk it too much. I don't want to add too much air into that. As you can see, I do have some frothiness on the top, and that's okay. It's all part of the deal. So now I'm going to add this into the rest of my hot dairy. The name of our next band, Hot Dairy. You guys don't want me in a band. All right. Still hear me okay? All right, so we're good with that. And now we're going to put this back on the heat, and we're going to put it on a medium heat. Let's take a look at this. All right, it's thickening. I can see it. All right. So now I'm going to change from my spatula to that thick whisk like I was talking about. This is the sauce whisk. And I'm going to put this, like I said, on kind of medium heat. And we're wanting this to become what we call nappe. We want it to coat the back of the spoon. You want to be able to drag that line through that coating and it have a nice defined line in it. And this will take a few minutes. And it's nice, it's so nice and rich. All those egg yolks make it so nice and rich. So while this is heating, let's see. You kind of can't walk away from this because you don't want to scorch it. And that's okay. So talk to me. Ask me questions. Make funny comments. I love the funny comments. Oh, Erin's stealing a cookie. All right. So one of my kind of childhood memories is we always had ice cream as our after-school snack. That was what we did. We got home, we changed our clothes, and we went into the kitchen and dished ourselves I would like to say a small bowl of ice cream, but oh my goodness. And there was a rule in our house also that I had to teach Erin when we got married. And that was the rule of yes, please. All of us kids, we got really good at knowing the sounds of what the freezer door sounded like and the cabinet to the bowls and all that fun stuff. So if we heard a certain sequence of the cabinets and the bowls and the freezer door, wherever we were in the house, we would yell, yes, please. And if you yelled yes, please, and that person was dishing ice cream, that person had to dish you a bowl of ice cream. So frequently, one person would hear the sequence and yell, yes, please. And then there was a cacophony throughout the house of, yes please, yes please. Everybody wanting ice cream. So I can feel this thickening up a little bit. Yeah, it's starting to thicken for sure. Hi, Nancy. She's willing to sacrifice herself for any leftovers. All right. So as you can see, the foam is starting to dissipate a little bit. And that is a good sign that it is starting to thicken up. So if you look, see it coats that spoon, and I can draw a line in it. It's not holding the line just yet, but now that I paused and it's heated up, I bet it's going to hold the line soon. And I'm going to do that on a black spoon so that you guys can see it a little bit better. So see how it sticks to that spoon? And you draw that line? There, it's got that nice thick line. And that is perfect. That is exactly what you want. So we're going to remove this from the heat. And it's going to set for about half an hour. And now we're just going to stand here and talk about ice cream base for half an hour. No, I wouldn't do that to you. We're going to make the peach filling. All right, everybody hear me okay, right? Betsy, good to see you. Hello. All right. Oh, this is coming along nice. So right now, it's a little bit softer than soft serve. You kind of see the consistency there. A little bit softer than soft serve. Okay? So, for the peaches, you can't have peach cobbler ice cream without peaches. Let me move this out of the way. So I diced up, this is about 3 peaches, and you see the size of the peaches here. They're not giant peaches. They're maybe a little bit bigger than an apricot. But they're so sweet and so juicy. I actually have to like slurp them when I eat them just as a peach. So in our filling, I've got about 1/3 cup of brown sugar, light brown sugar, about 1/8 teaspoon of cinnamon, a big pinch of allspice, and probably 2 pinches of ground cloves. So that's going to get all mixed in with the peaches. And let's see that. Mix that in. And I'm also going to add a little bit of nutmeg. And I use whole nutmeg. So that's what the whole nut looks like. Looks kind of like an acorn. And I have one that I've already been working with. And I'm going to use my microplane. If you've got a little tiny cheese grater, you can use that. So just a few little shaves of that nutmeg. I'm hitting everything. All right. Gail, yes, Gail. A pinch is 1/16 of a teaspoon. So if you want that exact measure, I will confess that I did not measure that at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do with my pan, I'm just going to take my stick of butter and I'm going to coat the bottom of my pan. I don't want a lot of butter in this. Just enough to give my pan a little bit. And then I'm going to turn the pan on to a medium heat. So we're doing this to give it that peach cobbler flavor. That cinnamon, the nutmeg, the the allspice and the cloves. Those are all those peach cobbler flavors, that brown sugar. All right, so we're going to go into the pan with that. And get all that yumminess into the pan. You kind of hear the ice cream maker starting to change tones, which means it's thickening up. Betsy, we miss your face around the building. Oh my gosh, I can smell this. It smells so good. Just like peach cobbler. Imagine that. What a crazy thought. So we're not going to cook this too much because I don't want that brown sugar getting to the candy state, and then when we end up freezing it, it turns real hard and somebody breaks a tooth on the sugar. That would be bad. That would be very bad. So we're going to give our custard just a little stir. That way, as it cools a little bit, it doesn't develop a film on it. All right, so those peaches are pretty much done. Get a little spoon, get a little taste of that. It smells so good, guys. It smells so good. Oh my gosh, that brown sugar, that cinnamon, that little hint of nutmeg. So delicious. We'll remove this over. And into our custard, we are going to put a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So right now, this is basically vanilla ice cream. A really, really delicious vanilla ice cream. So you could use this and just play with the additives. You know, if you want to make caramel, make caramel. If you want to make like a rocky road, don't put the cookies in here. Don't put the chocolate chips. Don't put the marshmallows. Do that at the end. But you can put cocoa powder in here and make it a chocolate ice cream. If you want to do this with apples instead of peaches and make like an apple cobbler, do that. All right, so I'm going to take my peaches and I'm going to add them into our base. And just stir that nice. And because it's nice, it's a nice thick custard, when you churn your ice cream, that those peach bits are going to be all throughout your ice cream. If you didn't have this thick enough, they would all sink down to the bottom and be no good. So that's going to sit here at room temperature for about another half hour, 45 minutes, until it cools down. You're going to put it in a container just like this and put that in the refrigerator. Once it cools down in that, once it cools down in that, you're going to put it, like I said, you're going to put it in the refrigerator and cover it once it's cooled down enough that it doesn't make condensation. So about 70 degrees or so. Okay. Oh my goodness. You guys see this? Look at that. That looks so good. We're going to let that go just a little bit longer. I'm getting tastes of it here and there. It's so good. All right, so now, how do you make the ice cream sandwich part? So once it's cooled down overnight, the custard base, once that has cooled down overnight, you're going to put it in the ice cream maker. And like you're seeing, it's going to take about half hour, 45 minutes, and it depends on your machine. If you don't have a machine, how are you going to make these? You're going to cheat. You're going to go to the store, you're going to buy yourself some peach ice cream. It's not going to be as good as this peach ice cream, but it's going to be delicious. You're going to take that peach ice cream and set it in the refrigerator for a little bit and let it soften up. And you are going to take one of our cookies. I'm actually going to do this into the ice cream right now. And you're going to smash up one of the cookies. Smash, smash. And you're going to put all those bits in to the ice cream. And with it churning right now, it's going to mix them all in. At least that's the theory. There it goes. So those little bits, those cobbler bits, are going to be all throughout the ice cream now. Oh look, I'm making another mess. Okay. So what are you going to do if you don't have the ice cream maker? You've got the store-bought ice cream. Let it soften so that you can put it into a sheet pan. You're going to take parchment paper and put it on the bottom and let it overlap the side. I'm going to show you what I did here in just a second. And this is what you're going to do with this once it's done churning. You take it, if you see, I have parchment paper on top. And then I've got the rest of it underneath. Okay, I'm going to tuck that over. And now I am realizing that I did not get out my cookie cutters. So I'm going to search through. Oh good, they're on top, yay! Alright. So we're going to find the cookie cutter. As you can see, I've got a whole bunch of different sizes. You're going to find the cookie cutter that is the closest one to the size of the shortbread cookie. We're going to take 2 of these cookies, open them up. All right, let's get a little plate. So we've got the 2 shortbread cookies, one for the top, one for the bottom, and then we're going to take our ring cutter. Ooh, that is frozen. If it is super, super, super frozen, you're going to get some hot water. Oh, there we go. All right, so that cut that out. Now, if it is not the thickness that you want it, because we like a nice big thick ice cream sandwich, you always double that up. Maureen says, I never knew I needed an ice cream maker until now. All right, so that's a really thick ice cream sandwich. So we're gonna take that, and if you wanna make it even prettier, you can kind of melt the sides with your finger so that it just looks like one piece. And I suggest putting this into the freezer again because, you know, if you're making a whole bunch of these, your ice cream is going to start melting a little bit, depending on how warm your kitchen is. Hands are getting sticky. So if you are going to be serving these right away, I suggest let them sit out for about 5 to 10 minutes so that the ice cream softens. And then all right, I meant to take this out at the very beginning so that it was softened, and I did not. So then you've got that beautiful ice cream sandwich. Oh my gosh, look at that. So good. You've got the little bits of cookie down in there. That flavoring all throughout. And these little bits of ice cream that you have left over, that's either your snack while you're making the sandwiches. Yum, 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 yum. Oh my gosh, so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Or let them soften a little bit, put them back in a container, and you can just use it as regular ice cream. Now, if you can use it in an ice cream float, get like, oh, that would be really good in ginger ale. Like our peach cobbler ice cream float. All right, I'm gonna sit here and just eat this chunk of ice cream. Delicious. Okay. So look at that, guys. It's actually starting to poke out the top a little bit. So that's the consistency you want in order to put it in the sheet pan. And it'll be nice and spreadable. It's like a soft serve ice cream. It'll be so good. All right. So there's our ice cream sandwiches. Don't those look delicious? I am not going to put this back on the hot burner, because that would be terrible. Oh, don't those look great? Yum, 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 yum. Okay. Saying okay a lot. So very delicious, so very delicious. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope this gives you a fun idea to play with and enjoy the cookies for good. Just play around with all kinds of different ice creams and put them in between these classic shortbread cookies. They're so delicious. They're going to make the best ice cream sandwiches. I'm going to go with this one because it's a little bit softer. I love it. I love it. I love it. There's the butteriness of the cookie, the spices, those warm peach spices in the ice cream. Just bring it all out. Who doesn't love a big scoop of vanilla ice cream on peach cobbler? Anyways, this is all of it together. I love it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So don't forget, visit our website, aspoonfulofhope.org, aspoonful, 2 L's, of hope.org. If you use the code Facebook10, you'll receive a 10% discount on all your purchases. You can get the shortbread cookies there. You can get the tomato basil soup for good. All 3 flavors of our honey for good. All of that. There's also a list of on the website of all the retailers and farms who are carrying our products. So please go support our local partners. Love them. And we love you. Be safe. Thank you for coming out. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Go out and create hope. Wash your hands. Bye, guys.